Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? It is Friday. We made it through another week. Football is kicked off already on Thursday night. Football between those Chiefs and the Broncos was not a great contest. Totally expected more, but today we're doing boom or bust. We're talking week number 6. Who's going to boom? Who's going to bust? I got my predictions for y'all as well this week. Got Start Sit coming for you on Saturday, so definitely get ready for that one as well. Let's start off with the first one on the board. Derrick King Henry, 60% boom rate right now. Not great, but I mean, this offense seemingly is changing and altering its task. King Henry still coming off a bust game right now. He's got 2 bust games in the past 3. What is wrong with this man in this offense? But the Titans adjusted. I mean, they used in a little more Tajay Spears. This is not good news overall for King Henry owners, but I do believe they got to test the waters to see if they can let go of a King Henry next year. That's why they're using Tajay a little bit more. We could see more action for this rookie as the weeks do go on, but I mean, we got to know that King Henry's going to have a big bounce back playing these Baltimore Ravens, the tough Ravens run defense in London. God, these London games are killing me, but hey, we got to have more coffee. That's all we got to do. I mean, got to expect his best efforts coming this week as well. I'm calling a boom this week. Return bounce back for a King Henry. Dameon Pierce right now has been not the guy we thought he would be, as he did very well last year, not picking up where he was the season prior, as C.J. Stroud has taken a lot of this offense. The quick evolution of C.J. Stroud is making the lack of rushing upside very surprising. I thought it would have been the other way around. I thought, as C.J. Stroud would grow, I thought this running game would grow with it. It has not. I thought it would have, allowed Pierce to roam free. It has not. I mean, it's very interesting how this offense is moving right now. Having average stats this far, he is only the running back 23. I mean, adjusting to more passing has been the MO, obviously, for these Houston Texans with C.J. Stroud, like I'm saying, facing the tough Saints run defense. Overall, this defense for the New Orleans Saints has been very stout, and it could be another very tough day for a Dameon Pierce. Calling a bust for Dameon Pierce this week. Kyren Williams, he flashes on the scene, this new look Rams offense. He's done well, and I mean, coming from Notre Dame, everyone was all, off his game because the poor 40 time. We've talked about this in previous shows from coming out of the combine. His 40 time was not great, but Kyron's been very good this year, very reliable, but like Henry, he's busted the last 2 or 3 games, so it is causing some managers some level of concern facing these Cardinals. I mean, they're coming off a sidestep themselves, so they're going to look for a bounce back. But, I mean, playing the Rams, who got Cooper Kupp back, and they still got Puka in a very important divisional showdown. Williams could see the ball in bunches. You got to like it. I'm calling boom time for a Kyren. Once again, fire him up everywhere you got him. He is looking good on a good matchup. Jonathan Taylor, JT. I mean, okay, calm down. I understand everyone's going to be, what the hell did they do with JT? Ruined me last week, and I understand. He inks his new deal, but doesn't see the ball last week. Okay, to be expected. I kind of went against my own, methodology and thought process on these running backs. Guys who have a long layoff after a while do take some time to get their legs back. Zach Moss has been rejuvenated. I mean, his career just looks great in Indianapolis right now, making it extremely difficult to take him off the field. You cannot remove this man. However, no more Anthony Richardson. He is on the IR now with that shoulder injury. The Colts' dedication to the run game should absolutely ramp up, which could mean 50-50 splits for the next 2 to 3 weeks as JT gets his legs back under him. The Colts said that they will use more dedication to a JT this week. You got to believe them, man. They gave him the money. They're not going to let him, wither away on the bench when let Zach Moss run the football. But even though Gardner Minshew, he is a very capable quarterback, this run game should still continue to move forward, and JT should continue to get some carries. I think this is a boom for a JT this week. It's going to be tight again. We're talking a small boom, just over the 10 to 12 points. It's going to be very, very difficult to watch probably, so we're hoping for at least a tutty to get him over that threshold. Wide receivers, Jordan Addison, big news, man, popping off was JT going down with the injury. He was my rookie wide receiver 1 coming out of this class. He popped on the scene instantly with 2 boom games followed by 2 bust games and not being trusted or targeted at all in those games. He got back on track this past week, but like I said, JJ on the IR. This is good news for Addison and Osborne owners who did pick up Osborne off the waiver wire. Target share is going to be coming to these men along with a TJ Hawkinson. You got to believe excuse me, TJ Hawkinson is going to see defaulted number one targets in this offense, and then Addy, and then an Osborne. You got to believe it's going to go in that direction. It may flip a little bit if Addison does, play extremely well. He could start seeing it, but Addy's my guy, man. He can separate. He's a great route runner on his own, so he's going to be going up against the top-tier coverage, but he's playing a weaker Chicago Bears team, and I got a boom with a, big influx of target share coming for Jordan Addison this week. I absolutely love the kid, man. Chris Olave, CO2. What is going on with my guy CO2? He hurt his ankle and toe last pregame. It definitely, is not ideal. He saved his day with that TD, but didn't do much in the game after that whatsoever. Derek Carr still dealing with the AC joint, but surprisingly, I mean, he's cleared the medical injury report, I should say. I don't know what the hell they shot up in that arm, I swear to God. But, I mean, he didn't, down the street. He's not stretching the field. I think this is the biggest thing we could say. They're not stretching the field like I had anticipated them doing. Now with Alvin Kamara back, they are doing a lot of checkdowns and dumps, but you got to believe this offense is starting to figure things out and more moving in the right direction. The defense is carrying this team right now. And at this point, I mean, going up against Houston, who does have a good D, but they do play a little Jekyll and Hyde. Olave's target share, we've seen it cut over the past two games. It was 11, 10s, 12s, and then it was 6 and 5 these past 2 weeks. So you got to say, what the hell is going on with his target share? Start feeding the CO2. But again, with the injury with the toe and the ankle, it could be another tough day as Derek Carr continues to rehab his shoulder. I'm calling a bust for my guy CO2. I don't like it. I'm hoping I'm wrong on this one because in most leagues I got to play him where I got him, so hope for the best, but I don't like what I see for CO2 this week, man. CeeDee Lamb, a lot of chatter going on with CeeDee Lamb, and I mean, guys like Sherm calling him out, saying he's not a true elite wide receiver one. We just did a podcast discussing CeeDee Lamb as well. The criticism on him is completely unwarranted. I mean, he absolutely is a wide receiver one in this league, elite talent. But it comes with the part of target share when it comes to guys like this. Tyler Boyd and Josh Downs are in the same realm, 35 targets so far this season. But the Cowboys season has been odd so far. I mean, this year, game script has definitely dictated terms when it comes to how they utilize CeeDee Lamb at this point. He is an elite talent in this league. I am not quitting on a CeeDee Lamb. Will we get the top-end return on investment? I do believe it'll start to come this, as this week does enter. I'm calling a boom for my guy, CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Ayuk, okay, right now 50% on the consistency rate is very good. I like his season so far. The 49ers have played great ball this season, and I mean, they haven't really needed one guy outside of CMC to carry the load thus far. They've been spreading the ball around. Brock Purdy's looked nice, and I mean, Ayuk is also nice, playing very well, but they're facing a Cleveland defense coming off the bye that is playing exceptionally well, and they will challenge these 49ers on the front seven, so we will see where Brock Purdy does go with this football. Yes, there is no Deshaun Watson this week, so that's going to put a lot of strain on this defense as well, so the 49ers should be able to move the ball, but Ayuk is going to have to earn everything he gets in this game. Odds are, it's a tougher contest coming for Brandon Ayuk, so I'm a betting man, and I'm going to bet on a bust this week for a Brandon Ayuk. You got better options? I think you take him this week, man. Tight end time, Kate Otten. Okay, for this one, we need to watch the injury report. This one comes with great caveat, okay? If we see Mike Evans on the field, remove my evaluation for a Cade Otton in this. If not, Cade Otton should have an expanded role in this offense if Mike Evans cannot go with that hamstring injury. Baker's been playing extremely well. The Tampa Bay Bucks are also coming off the bye week. And, I mean, Otton is a decent talent, and he's about to get a lot more target share coming his way. Him and Chris Godwin should see an influx of targets coming their way if Mike Evans does not suit up in this contest. If Mike Evans does play, remove this evaluation completely. Don't even look in Cade Otton's direction. But, I mean, no Evans, potential big-time boom for an Otton. I think a touchdown would come without Mike Evans in the lineup, man. Hayden Hurst, he started out the gates looking good, being the safety blanket for Bryce Young. I mean, Adam Thielen, I also suggested this offseason, Hayden Hurst and Adam Thielen would be the safety blankets. Point productivity would come to their direction, and right now it is tilted extremely heavily to an Adam Thielen as the weeks have gone by. Thielen has boomed, I believe, in the past 4 games, where Hayden Hurst has basically become the forgotten man in this offense. I mean, Hurst hasn't had a boom game in like 4 weeks since the evolution of Bryce Young going to an Adam Thielen. I think, the Red Rifle showed Bryce Young, this guy can still play ball. Feed him the ball. And it's not looking good for this tight end. He should still be on the waiver wire for a lot of y'all. But if you do have him in deeper leagues, I'm calling another bust for this tight end. I don't see a good day coming for a Hayden Hurst, man. David Njoku, 0% boom games. Tight end has been a crapshoot, been very difficult. The Browns offense has shown flashes of explosion, but I mean, the levels of porous play and injury to Deshaun Watson, like I was saying, is no bueno. It is no good. And I mean, looks like this could fester into week 6. They're talking P.J. Walker potentially being the starter this week. We saw what DTR could not do on the field this past week. Njoku just hasn't been a part of this offense. No indication is suggesting that it's going to change anytime soon. He also is coming off some burns. I don't know if you saw that image, man. Prayers up to a Njoku on his recovery because that was just an awful scene, man. He posted on the social media. He did not look good. Prayers up to that man on his full recovery, but I'm calling a bust again when it comes to fantasy football purposes for a David Njoku. Do not like it whatsoever, man. Evan Ingram, 60% boom rate right now. He's got 40 points on the board. Looking good. I thought it would look better, but the Jags, they haven't been as explosive of an offense as we had anticipated this year, this offseason as well. But he's done more than enough to put points on the board to carry your team anywhere from the 7.5 to 10 points this season so far. Very good for a tight end. Not great, okay? I mean, who's great at tight end at this point? We're looking for scraps from this position in fantasy football. There's no kidding. But he's done more than enough, like I said, man. Ingram can be a trusted tight end commodity. I mean, is he going to be another top-flight player once again this week? We shall see. But, I mean, it should transpire against the Colts, who is a decent matchup versus tight ends. And I do like Evan Ingram. I think that they are starting to turn the corner. Got a big win versus the Buffalo Bills. It should translate again and roll over this week. Boom, baby, boom for an Evan Ingram this week. I think he does continue his good prowess to help your fantasy club. But there you have it. That is Boomer Bust week number 6. Like I said, I got start sit for you on Saturday, so get ready for that one as well. Going to answer all your questions for you if you need them. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts, and we'll see you next time. I am out.